everybody, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Today I am trying out another Winkclique eyelash extension style. I'm in a series where I try out 9 different styles, and I'm just kind of like putting them in a bag, shaking them up, and picking them by random. So today I don't know what I'm gonna get until I pick it, but I can't wait to see what's to come. So essentially, I'm kind of like reviewing it from my beginner, like DIY eyelash, do-it-yourself eyelash extensions like perspective. I just recently started doing my own and learning the process and stuff, and I'm still learning, I'm still evolving, but I feel like I've gotten to a place where I pretty much have it down. It's just like, you know, my experience on like, what's my eye shape? Is it comfortable? Are my eyes glued together? Like, is this long enough for my eye shape? Do I need to cut it? Like all that sort of stuff. But yeah, so here's the bag they came in. Ooh, I'm kind of upset. Not upset, I've tried this one before. This is one of their shorter lash styles, but like it's very short, but that's okay. It's not big and dramatic. I'm having my Valentine's weekend this weekend, and I kind of wanted a moment, but do I stick to it? Yes. Yes, I will. So this style is Demure, and I'm gonna try to apply it today. And I feel the need to always say this, like if you want a DIY version on how to do it, I have plenty like how-to videos on my channel. I just didn't want to keep putting out how-tos because at a certain point it's like, I have a beginner's guide that's like slow, like, you know, sit with me and put them on. And then I have another one that's like, you know, 2 minutes long that is like, step 1, step 2. And then like an 8-minute long one that's like, you know, really takes you through the process slow. I just don't want to provide the same content over and over again. I feel like people will get bored with that. But I do have the, if you want to know how to put them on, this is just kind of like the review. Sit and get ready with me type vibe. But anyways, in other news, not important or relevant or interesting, but I just tripped myself out because there's 1,000,003 things I should really be doing instead of this right now. But I'm always like, priorities, lashes. So I'm sitting and doing my eyelashes, and I love to do it, and it's a self-care moment, but there's also so many things I could be doing. But I drank a cup of coffee before this, and it's like 5:30. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna be all sporadic and like crazy during this. So I poured myself a glass of water, and I really, like before this, was staring at this for like, I was staring at this for like so long because first of all, I remember pouring myself a glass of water, and then I got all my tools that I needed to do my eyelashes, and then I went and grabbed my glass of water, and I was like, first of all, I don't remember drinking any of this. Like I remember like filling up a glass of water, but I don't remember drinking any of it. And then like the way that the ice cubes are just like, it's really, that's all I got. Was there a point to that? I don't know, but mainly that. Here they are. Mainly that I'm convinced a glass of water, like I am always convinced that it's gonna like change the world and like save me. I'm like, oh, I had too much caffeine. 1 glass of water should do the trick. Another thing I find super difficult about the lashes, and I always second guess what's the inner corner and what's the outer corner. Like I'm looking at them, and I think they kind of say like you can do whatever, but I'm like, no, I want to do it right, like how it's like intended to be, but I don't know. So something I've also thought about is like, Sometimes I turn on the camera and I do like love to share and like just talk, and it makes me feel like I'm like talking to someone, or just like I'm here with somebody. I don't even know, like I don't know if it's a comfort thing, like is this really for you or is this really for me? And then I'm like, dude, no one literally cares. And you know what, I've came to terms with like, okay, like if that's true, like that's fine, like that's literally fine, because like it matters to me, it makes me feel better. And also if there is that one person that cares and like shows up and like finds comfort in like watching like Get Ready With Me or like I do eyelashes, yeah, then like that's all that matters. Like, and I've already had some people reach out to me and be like, oh my gosh, like it's usually my family members, which is the best. And if they can see my face, shout out family members for supporting me and like watching me. And I hope that, you know, it does its justice and brings people comfort, or makes people feel like some sort of comfort or less alone or whatever. Because like, even if it's just like 2 people, that's fine. I've always been a dreamer. Mama raised me to be a dreamer. My head in the clouds. There is so much glue. It's okay though, I guess. It's just like kind of, ooh. Like the eyelashes in the beginning of the eye are so short that when I went to like press it against my eye, like it just like, I don't know how to describe it other than like, it's almost like a really thick eyeliner like going over the length of the eyelash. It doesn't look bad so far, but it might look like blunt, like where it starts. If that makes sense. Ah. I remember like these last time being pretty, it just like was a little too short. For my liking. Like it's really about the length of like my real eyelashes. It's just like almost making them like thicker. Which is like pretty. It's still beautiful. It's just like not, I want extra. I want a little extra floof if I'm going like through the trouble, you know what I'm saying? Ugh, these eyelashes are stuck to the tweezers. This happens more often than you would think. Probably literally every time, if we're being honest. It's just so annoying. And I have to like hold my breath every time in hopes that like it doesn't like mess up the whole process. I can't see because my elbow is creating a shadow. The struggle is real. There are people dying, Kim. Ooh, I feel like I didn't get the outer corner on securely to my lash line, which is gonna cause uncomfortability because like if you have space in between like your upper lash and the, like if you have space in between this lash and this lash between the eye, like you want to get it like really close to your like upper waterline, if that makes sense. And if there's space between your upper waterline and your lash, which it's hard to tell when you have the black glue, dust and stuff gets in there, which is kind of gross, but it's true. It's true. So I think I'm gonna have that problem, but they should last me at the weekend. The other thing that I thought was kind of funny that I would share is I'm talking to a guy right now and he is the most supportive, like sweetest person ever. And he like likes my eyelashes, like when I do them, like he tells me, he's like, oh, I like them or whatever. And he literally listens to me yap. And I was telling him like, oh, like right now for my YouTube channel, I'm like trying all different types of styles and like reviewing them and seeing like different types of my eye shape. So I was like, so the next couple times you see me, like my eyes like are gonna look like different, like they're gonna look different. And he like kind of grasped it. He was like, oh, okay, but not fully. So I'm gonna like, I feel like with these ones, I'll be interested to see if he even knows if they're fake. Because usually he can be like, oh, I like your lashes, like, but we'll see. We'll see really like, you know, a boy's perspective on these, because like this is like as short as you can really get. Honestly, I think it might be their shortest style or like their most natural style, which you would think that minimalist is, which I've already tried and should be up on my channel. And minimalist is actually kind of long. I love it though. It's so comfortable and it stayed on my eye for a really long time. But yeah, so I'll be curious to see like what what he thinks, like if he notices. I'll try to include that in the video too, like if he notices any different or anything. What do you guys think about poetry? As a kid, I used to hate it. And it's definitely evolved to like people just like saying beautiful things on TikTok, which I love that stuff. I eat it right up. But inevitably, my grandmother, her favorite like genre is poetry. And I was like, as a kid, I was like, girl, what? How though? I was like, how? I don't get it. It's like abstract art. Like, what is this? But like, I don't know. I think as I get older, maybe, hopefully I'll start to appreciate it. I really hope I do, because like it'll give me another reason to stay connected to my grandmother. But also like, I read some of it, and I'm like, this is, what is this?
Hey, so I do like them. They are very pretty. But I swore I woke up this morning and like this eye was like irritated. You see that? But we'll see how that continues to progress. But hopefully it doesn't continue to progress. I saw the guy I'm talking to this weekend and he was like, oh, you look so pretty. And then he like looked at me kind of like this. Sorry, I also have like concealer on that's like the wrong shade. It's like very obvious. He's like, oh, you look so pretty, whatever. He's like, then he looked at me like this. He was like, did you put on mascara? And then he's like, eyeshadow? He literally couldn't tell. And I was like, no, like they're actually lashes, like they're just like super short and like natural looking. He was like, oh, okay. I couldn't tell like what was different, but and then he got closer and he's like, oh yeah, like I can kind of tell now that like that I get close. So we'll see. Today is, I put them on Friday and today's Sunday, so 2 days later. And we'll see how well they last throughout the week. They don't feel heavy as like normal lashes. Like it really feels like there's not much there other than glue. Like I feel like I'm more conscious of the glue. I think my eyes are as well. But yeah. Super short and natural.
So usually I film the removal process, but I had a very long day on Friday and I ended up like literally ripping them out. That's an over exaggeration because like the first one just came off like really easy, like, you know, it not like butter, but like I just like was like playing with them and then just like took them off. And I think I'm gonna have them off for a little bit, but overall I did really like that style. I just like something a little bit bigger and bolder personally. Look rough. But I do like it for the natural like version of it, and I almost think I like it more than mini minks. I'm like, only because like the inner corner just like looked more natural. Like I feel like mini minks sometimes, like when I like the very inner corner, like the very first piece, like right when it starts, I feel like on the eye it can look a little blunt, like, but that's like me doing it for a while and like staring at my own eyeballs. Like mini mink, like when I have on mini minks or that one, like people don't even realize I have eyelash extensions on, so it's like you can't really, once you do it a lot you become more like critical of it. But I would do it again and I enjoyed the style. But yeah, thank you so much for watching and continuing to support me. It really motivates me to keep expressing myself and being creative and, you know, get more into my hobbies and such. So I really appreciate it, and I hope everybody has a nice day, evening, or night. Bye.